Let's go here. Odom Beckham Jr. and Druski have been named in a new Diddy Combs assault lawsuit, both of which are denying the involvement. Now, reading this story, reading the allegations, they seem completely outrageous. I'll just put it at that. The level of detail that is being explained in this lawsuit, it's wild. It is. And we don't know if this is true or not. We don't know what their involvement is. I think it kind of speaks to like a bigger lesson, which is pertaining to the people that you surround yourself with, pertaining to the doors that you are trying to open for yourself. Because sometimes you might put yourself in a position, you might strive, you might aspire to be in certain places with certain individuals, and those doors were never meant for you to walk through in the first place. But you went with your own wisdom, you went with your own understanding and pursued these things for yourself. And now you end up in some situations at some parties around some people that are doing some crazy things. And then your name gets tied up in it. So once again, we don't know if this is true or not, but this is the new lawsuit that has been coming out just today or yesterday. It says comedian Druski and NFL player Odom Beckham Jr. have been included in a lawsuit filed against Diddy. This is more than 100 lawsuits have been filed against Diddy, and he's been in custody since September. Now, it says that Druski and Beckham, they both denied the involvement. This is something that allegedly happened in 2018, which includes the victim stabbing Diddy after he and others violently raped her. Gunshots being fired. And in an unclear action, local law enforcement possibly being paid off. This is what Druski said on Twitter. Hold on. Let me pull up here. There's some crazy stuff on Twitter. I got to be careful. This is what Druski said on Twitter. He said, this allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living with my mom, without any connections to the entertainment industry at that time of the allegation. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. So that's what Druski said. And then Odell Beckham also responded. And Odell Beckham, he said, boy, I'll tell you what, this world makes absolutely no sense. I am covered by God. He will prevail. I know who I am. I know who you are. Keep your head. That name will be cleared. That's what Odom Beckham said. Let's go back to this though. It said the lawsuit filed in California late Friday implicates more than a dozen defendants, including Diddy, Beckham, Druski, Jaguar Wright, and others in an assault on Ashley Parham and two John Does. Parham alleged in a filing made last October that she had been drugged, kidnapped, and assaulted by multiple individuals after Diddy heard her saying she believed he was involved in the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac. This amended filing identifies several of the individuals who are allegedly involved. The alleged comment took place over a FaceTime call between Diddy and associate Sean Pierce in February 2018, and the alleged assault took place at one of the defendant's apartments the following month. Yeah, and I mean, this doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. It says defendant Druski, this is from the lawsuit. It says Druski caught himself. I don't even know if I can read this. He caught himself from sliding over the plaintiff's oiled body and off the bed, and then began assaulting her. It said Diddy sat close by, pleasuring himself to the interaction. It said another party's phone fell on the bed near the plaintiff, and the plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hands onto the floor due to the oil that had been doused all over her by Diddy and Druski. Defendant Diddy began laughing and attempted to grab the phone. It's just like, I don't understand. Either it's true or it's not. If it's true, it's terrible. If it's not, it's still terrible, because the amount that you would put into this story to fabricate a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, it's terrible. Either way. And this is why it's like we live in a world. And I don't know if it's true or not, but we live in a world where it's like, can we just take stuff seriously? Does everything always have to be just a joke? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, because I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But like, when you read through the lawsuit, it's some wild stuff that is being claimed. It's some wild stuff. It said, instead of immediately assaulting the plaintiff, defendant Druski doused her with baby oil, jumped on top, and treated it like a slip and slide, knocking the wind out of her due to his enormous size. And once again, if this turns out to be true, I apologize. But the way that this is described is extremely comical. And that's why I'm saying, like, either way, it's terrible. If it's true, it's terrible. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, y'all are some real perverted, disgusting individuals. If it's not true, yo, what the heck is going on? Why y'all going through this much effort from a legal standpoint to put this information out there? You know what I mean? Like, I'm really questioning what the heck we're doing here on earth. I'm really questioning. Like, we have all this, this incredible resource, right? We have access to millions and millions of people across the world through the internet. We have the ability to amplify our voice like never before. And it seems like there's a lot of people who are just choosing to amplify complete filth as opposed to actually focusing on what really matters. Once again, I don't know if this is true or not. It just sounds outrageous. It sounds crazy. It really does. It really does. I don't know. I don't know. You said Druski might be the only person I believe. I mean, it's no secret that he was involved with Diddy. There's no secret. He was associated with Revolt Network, which was owned by P. Diddy. I think it might still be owned by Diddy. So there's no secret that there was a relationship. Now, was there a relationship in 2018? According to Druski, he wasn't even famous in 2018. Nobody knew him. He was broke, living at his mama's house. So there's no way that this could have even happened, according to Druski. I don't know. Like, and somebody said this doesn't even sound like him. It doesn't even sound like Druski. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And I'm not trying to implicate anybody. Like the allegations are what they are. But here's the thing. You don't ever truly really know somebody. You don't. You don't really know anybody. We know what we see on the internet. We know based on the information that has been given to us, but you don't really truly know anybody. And I'm not trying to say like he's like this terrible, disgusting person. If this is true, then I might put you in that category. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't know what people are capable of doing. You really don't. You don't know. We don't know. But at the same time, this just seems outrageous. This seems crazy. It seems crazy. This seems crazy. It seems crazy. I don't know if they said anything else. Let me see. What is this? These ads have got to stop. Okay. It says in a statement to Variety on Monday, reps for Combs, for Diddy, said in part, this new complaint brought by an attorney who has already been sued for defaming Mr. Combs demonstrates the depraved lengths plaintiffs will travel to garner headlines in pursuit of a payday. Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day Miss Parham claims she was assaulted there. And the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department has already confirmed Miss Parham's claims were determined to be unfounded following a thorough investigation. Mr. Combs looks forward to having his day in court, where these lies and perverse motives of those who told them will be revealed. It's interesting that she chose to put her name in it, because oftentimes they don't they want to remain anonymous, but maybe she had to put her name in it in order to go through with the lawsuit. It's kind of like the same thing, the story with Jay-Z, where Jay-Z was being sued by that woman who said that he assaulted her, but she wanted to be anonymous, and Jay-Z's attorneys were pushing to not make her, anonymous. Based on the claims that she was making, and then ultimately she ended up dropping the case. It's interesting that she's not anonymous in this case. But here's another thing I'll say. I would say, and this has not been determined in court, so this is just my personal opinion. I would say that there's probably some victims when it comes to the whole Diddy situation as a whole. There's most likely some victims that suffered some form of assault to varying extents, right? It's like when you have these type of, and I'm just assuming that this is fabricated because I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just assuming that this is fabricated. When you have these types of claims that are being made, it does kind of detract away from the actual individuals who went through some stuff and would like to see justice from a legal standpoint. And this is just operating from the assumption that this is fabricated. Once again, I don't know. This is just my interpretation. Don't try to sue me because I already said I don't know. This is my personal opinion. This is my interpretation. After Diddy and others allegedly assaulted Parham, she left the apartment wearing just a large t-shirt, carrying a knife and had earlier been used to threaten her. After comments from Diddy and his associates who were casually smoking in the yard, she allegedly stabbed Diddy in the back, resulting in gunshots being fired. In the ensuing confusion, she fled the scene and encountered a man who claimed to be a law enforcement official, but was actually one of Diddy's associates impersonating one. She escaped that individual and encountered a Contra Costa County sheriff, who she claimed was later handed an envelope, which she believed contained cash. Contra Costa County representatives have declined comment, according to the lawsuit. I don't even know what to believe at this point. It could very well be true. I don't know. I don't even know what to believe at this point. I don't. Once again, going back to what Druski said about it. He said this allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living at my mama's house, no connections to the industry during the time of this allegation. The inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. Regardless of how you slice it, like I said before, you have to be careful about who you surround yourself with. Your presence is not meant in every room. There's some places that you're not supposed to be. But you opened that door. You walked into that room. And now your name gets thrown into the mix. I'm just trying to say, make sure you are led by God in all things. Make sure you are led by God, and God will open those doors, and he'll put you in those places that you are supposed to be. And when God opens those doors, no man or woman can close that door that God has opened. But let him be the one to put you on. Let him be the one to put you in that position. I don't know Druski's heart. I don't know. I can only judge based on what I see. I can only judge based on the content that he puts out. And yeah, Druski's really funny. He's really funny. He's very talented when it comes to comedy and acting and all that type of stuff. He's an entertainer. But you know, his content is not glorifying God whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure you're being led by God and that you are where you're supposed to be in him. That's all I'll say. Crazy story. You said, but Odell, I question. I'm not going to lie. But Odell, I question. I'm not going to lie. Why you say that? I guess we'll see. If it ever comes out. Are we ever going to get the complete Epstein files or what? What did Pam Bondi say? Pam Bondi said that she gonna put out some Epstein files. Yeah, she put out a flight log, but are we gonna get the rest of it or what? Are we like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna know what really happened with all this Diddy stuff? I hope so. I hope so. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The industry as a whole is just very dark. The entertainment industry is just a very dark industry. And I'm not trying to say that everybody in the industry is demonic. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, if you're in the industry, you have to understand that you're operating in a dark realm. You better keep your armor on. That's what I'm saying. Because this type of stuff is commonplace when it comes to the entertainment industry. Diddy is reaping for his part with Biggie. Because he's sus. All right, y'all. I put the blame on myself. I opened up a toxic, topic, so I take the blame for that. I take a blame for that. Isaiah 57. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Veja. That's what I'm saying. Odell and Bieber video is sus. I've never seen it. 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 I've never seen it.